Hello, beautiful people. I am here to talk about the books that I read actually last month in June, starting with my classic. So I have a goal to try to read a classic each month, and I generally define that as 50 years old and somewhat recognized in the literary realm as a classic, whatever country, whatever that means. And I read this month Ray Bradbury's The October Country, which is a collection of 19 of his short stories, which short stories are tricky. Like, I'm a big believer and enjoyer of a kind of slow burn, lots of character development. It's really hard to do that in a short little story. But these read very much like Twilight Zone episodes where it's kind of a normal situation story going on, and then there's something that's a spooky, creepy, surprising twist at the end. Like you're going along and then really it's a dead person, or that kind of situation. And I think that, I mean, some of these stories are more interesting than others, obviously, but they are worth picking up. It's worth going into, especially if you do like a little, this is more science fiction than fantasy, I would say. He also wrote Something Wicked This Way Comes. He wrote Fahrenheit 451. And those were all published more than 50 years ago. Even though he sadly just passed away in 2012, he's a fairly contemporary author in that sense. But he's somebody that I've really come to respect as a real innovator and developer of the science fiction genre, and just really, really have enjoyed just about everything I've read from him. So if you're willing to give short stories a go, I recommend this. And if you're looking to do classics on a sci-fi, I highly recommend picking up anything. In fact, I will continue to promote that one of my very favorite classics, like probably if I do top 10 classics, absolutely the Ray Bradbury that I love the most and would make my top 10 of all classics would be his somewhat short novel called The Illustrated Man, which is a story of a man heavily tattooed. Anybody who encounters him, the tattoos themselves kind of immersively tell you their story. And then there's a creepy twist at the end about the man himself and those who encounter him. So, whoo, I love it because also it seems like he was so innovative with like each story talking about the different aspects or commentary about the world, about space, about aliens, about technology, about AI. All those things were already really in the mindset of Ray Bradbury. I just think he's genius. Check into him, pick him up, leave me in the comments if you have a favorite, if what you've read by him, what you want to read by him, if you're going to pick up more by him. And honestly, I may discover some that I haven't read by him in that process. So thank you. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a great summer. Happy reading, y'all.